How upset I am right now. I don't understand. I was 11 for 11 in my bracket. Everything was perfect. This was gonna be the year. I was gonna be at least a millionaire because they were gonna tax me. I had everything right. I had Arkansas right. Texas A&M, Auburn, Creighton, BYU, Wisconsin, Houston, Gonzaga, McReese, PC, and Purdue, and Tennessee. I had every game right. And then Missouri. Yeah. Look at me when I'm talking. And then Missouri ruined my bracket. Do you understand? Missouri ruined it. They were down 52-40. It was a 12-point game. I thought it was over 10 minutes before it was. I was like, oh, it's over. Then they went on a run. It was an 8-0 run. It was 48-52, and then it was 50-52, and it was a 2-point game. And then you know what happened after that? I'll show you what happened after that. It all went downhill. I don't think you understand. It is a 2-point game, ladies and gentlemen. Drake has the ball. Inbounds pass. 10-0 run, by the way. Cole haven't scored in 4 minutes of basketball. They get the ball. They're getting half court pressure. Well, full court, excuse me. Throws a turnover straight to the chest. I mean, he was as open as Cooper Kupp in the Super Bowl when he was getting guarded by Eli Apple. I kid you not. Catches the thing. We're talking. He caught that thing at half court. He's going down the court. I need y'all to understand. What. Just keep it right here. I need y'all to see the goal. Right? I need y'all to see the goal. I want you to understand. They get the ball at half court off the steal. Run it up the court. I'm pretty sure the guy who called it passed it to a different guy or whatever. He catches the ball. I kid you not. No slowdown. 2-point game to tie or take the lead. It might have been a 5. They might have scored again. It might have been 55-50. I don't care. They had the ball. They had momentum. There was no reason, but this goober catches the ball. I'm pretty like he's getting closed in by 2 defenders, basically double team. And I kid you not, he hit the back of rim so hard on that jumper. He pulled that thing off the catch, and this is what it looked like when it hit the rim. This is no joke. I mean, dude, that thing hit the rim in the back as hard as you can. Like, you don't understand how upset I am. And then after that, it all went downhill. Then Missouri starts fouling because apparently 2 minutes and 30 seconds of basketball isn't enough for them to do anything. So they think it's time to start fouling. They're in the bonus. So they start shooting free throws. But I kid you not. Every time somebody went to the line, whether it was Banks or the other guy, whatever his name was, every time they'd show the stats, they were like 60, 70% shooters on the year. That's not too bad, right? That's not too bad. For the night, Banks was like 0-4. The other guy was like 1 for one of the guys were 0 for 4 or 0 for 3, and Banks was 1 for 4. They go to the line, they start hitting the front of the rim, and it's bouncing in like a Kawhi game winner. Then they're hitting the back of the rim, and it's still going in. Like how do you start the game 0 for 3, and now every time in crunch time you're just eyes closed, Michael Jordan. Like this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You don't understand. But that's not even the bad part. I can't even be mad that they started making miracle free throws. That wasn't the part that made these goobers win. Missouri decided. So after that, after lots of fouls and back and forth, missed layups and I mean, I don't even know if y'all watching the game, but if y'all saw the guy on Drake who literally got thrown a lob, he caught the ball like this and hit his Ben Simmons special. Freest alley-oop moment in his life. He goes down after catching the ball midair, freest dunk of his life, goes back down to go up for a layup. He misses the layup, and the ref felt bad. No contact at all, gave him a foul call, went to the line, and I'm pretty sure that's when he hit his lucky little bouncing free throw, like some like that. That's not even why they won the game. Because little old Missouri decided that it was a 6-point game with about 1:05 remaining. And you know what they decided to do? You know what these absolute disgusting goobers decided to do? Old coach on a timeout. He said, all right, guys, huddle up. All right, they got the ball. They're up 6. There's 1:05 left. I don't care. We're going to put 4 men full court pressing. 4 men full court press on Missouri. There were 4 men above half court. Ladies and gentlemen, Drake inbounded the ball. Couple like traps, I guess you could call them if you even call them that, with Missouri's terrible defense. They finally get jump pass, give it to the guy at half court. Now there's still 4. This guy's at half court, middle of the line, half court, right? There are still 4 players on Missouri behind him. There is one guy on Missouri past half court at the 3-point line. He's standing at the 3-point line. Guy at half court, he starts dribbling up to go up the court. There are 1 or 2 other players for Drake already there. Because you know why? Now it's a 1-on-2, 1-on-3 possession. And we got 4 players on Missouri still behind half court because coach decided, yeah, we're going to 4-man full court press with 1:05 in a 2-possession game. And then he gets the freest lob of his life. He dunks it this time. I don't even know if it's the same guy, whatever. It's an 8-point game. Then it all went downhill from there. They lost the game. It's absolutely disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Now my bracket's not perfect. I got every other game right. Every single one. Every upset, whatever. I saw. But after I think it was the Texas A&M game, one of those games, there was 0.5% brackets correct, and I was one of them, or still perfect, and I was one of them. I was one of those brackets. But guess what happened? Disgusting lose ruined it. I saw another stat. It said over half of the brackets were busted on the first. I think it was 54% of brackets were ruined after the Creighton Louisville game. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to repeat what I just said. Repeat it. Think about what I just said in your head. 54% of these disgusting goobers in the world picked Louisville to beat Creighton. I don't know if you know anything about college basketball or anything about Louisville or specifically anything about the ACC, but the ACC, usually, ACC basketball, college basketball, ACC, this year, all the way in the dumps, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, there were people on this God-forgiven green earth who were given a talent, were given 2 to 3 days to make their bracket, and they picked Louisville, and their bracket was ruined in the first hour of the tournament. You know why? Because they can't take 2 seconds to look into it. They just start picking. They just start looking at stats. They don't look at the common sense on their brain. There are professional analysts and experts on the stuff. There are people that spent the last 3 days sleepless, countless, losing hair, losing years of their life off of their bracket to be ruined in the first game. So they pick Louisville. Ladies and gentlemen, Louisville is in the ACC. No, I said it once. Let me say it again. They are in the ACC. There is no human with any basketball knowledge and a little bit of common sense that can look at Duke go basically perfect in conference play, undefeated, other than the one game we lost to Clemson because our player, literally no lie, 2-point game, our player slips on a wet spot because the janitor's terrible and they call a travel on it and then they get the ball back and we lose. That was the only game we lost in the ACC. And there are human beings that were like, maybe this terribly seeded AFC Louisville can beat Creighton. Are we serious? People watch Duke. Duke is the second best team in the world right now in college basketball. Maybe third if you want to count Auburn and Florida. But realistically, we're better than both of them. Let's be real. We're the best team. We're the best team in college basketball. All right. We're still going to win it all. I don't care. We whoop the ACC up and down, left and right. Every team in the ACC is hot garbage. 4 teams in the ACC made the tournament. One of them was Carolina. They shouldn't have made it. And the other one was, who was it? Clemson, Carolina. And I don't even know who the other one is. Oh yeah, I know who it is. Louisville, ladies and gentlemen. Guess what? After tomorrow, the only one left is going to be Duke because Carolina's going to get whooped, and Clemson and Louisville's already lost, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think you understand. There are people who get paid millions of dollars to do this for a living. A living. And they suck at it. They're absolutely pathetic. They're terrible. They pick Louisville to beat Creighton. And then I saw another stat where like another 30-40% of the brackets are people, maybe even 60, pick Clemson to beat McReese-Peasy. People picked Clemson to beat McReese-Peasy. Clemson lost to McReese-Peasy. McReese-Peasy, whatever they're called, they're going viral right now because their guy that like sends the players out, he's going viral because little triple chin guy, he listens to NBA Youngboy and he's got hard walkout songs. And they were down 13-35. And guess what? People's brackets were ruined off that. People's brackets were ruined off Louisville. People who get paid millions of dollars to go and sit in the broadcast room for the last week and a half to talk about this and give out their brackets and have little check marks on the website to have their 4 points or whatever or to pop up because they're so good at what they do. They're getting paid millions, billions of dollars to do this, NIL deals and all. They have their own shows. They have their own podcasts. You name it, they got it. And they are getting their brackets ruined because they're picking ACC teams to win. You know what I get paid? I get paid not a dime. I lost my $1 billion. Well, I'd say $1 billion, but they'd really tax me because they're haters. I lose my $1 billion chance. My chance to make it out in the ghetto, ladies and gentlemen. Because excuse me. Because Missouri is a bunch of goobers. And then there was another play. Point guard, don't know his name, the guy that fouled out like number 5 or something, the guy with the dreads. Goobers dribbling down the court. I mean, we're talking off the rebound all the way up court. He gets right to the out of bounds line, like right under the goal. He gets trapped from behind. I'm not lying. This Goober's looking down at the ball, halfway looking up, halfway looking at the ball, dribbling all the way down the court. Full speed just to get trapped and tip behind. He's got a guy wide open in the corner. He's got a guy on the wing basically open. He was about to get triple teamed as the guy was coming over to put pressure on him. He was about to have both corners and a wing wide open, and he's looking down at the ground, and then he got the punch from behind, and it hit his leg and went out, and then it was whatever ball. Yeah, Drake's ball. Drake, you're a loser. Drake, you're a loser. You ruined my life. Last February, when that video of you got leaked, it ruined my confidence. Now this year, you ruined my chance at being rich. But guess what? Old Chucky Charles and all these other analysts and Stephen A. Smith, you know, with their terrible brackets and their terrible predictions, they'll get to wake up tomorrow and they'll get to go to work in their little PJs and their little suits, and they'll get to be millionaires and get to talk about sports with no knowledge, and people like Kendrick Perkins, they'll be talking about it, and God knows who else, that these people that have no ball knowledge, know nothing. People like Shaquille O'Neal, who still think Kobe is in the GOAT conversation. People like Stephen A, who still to this day think Michael Jordan is is a more skilled basketball player, not a better winner. People like Stephen A. Smith thinks that Michael Jordan is more skilled at the game of basketball than LeBron James. These are the people that get paid millions of dollars every day. No knowledge about what they're talking about. But he averaged $1.05 in college. But he gets to call it. He gets to make a bracket because he's an expert. Goober. Goober after goober. They're all a bunch of goobers. These people are billion and millionaires people. And I'm not. And I'm not. And now my chance of greatness, my chance of perfection, my chance of being the first ever to make a perfect bracket is ruined because Missouri cannot stop fouling. Missouri can't take care of the ball. Missouri can't play defense. Missouri's coach is garbage like this. Disgusting. Disgusting. I could rant all and on night after night. Like it was a 2-point game. They had came back. They were down 12. I thought everything was sweet as pie. I thought that the 6th seed was really gonna they were just having a rough first half. They were 13 from 14 from the free throw line in the second half. Drake, they were like 4 for like 19 or something like that. Like, I don't understand. 4 for whatever they were, 2, whatever it was. And then now all of a sudden in crunch time, because Missouri can't stop because Missouri can't stop fouling or play any good defense, they want to start banking the ball and just the most disgusting like stuff ever. My bracket gets ruined because of that, but these experts' brackets are ruined because they picked Clemson just to get beat by triple chin walkout guy and Louisville to beat Creighton. Are you serious? Like that, I can't. People picking ACC teams. My bracket's ruined because of Drake. Because old Missouri wants to play full court press with $1.05 remaining. This is disgusting. March Sadness is what it's going to be called from now on. Sad. ACC. Sad. Dude, please win it all. Dude, please win it all. And I hope that's the only game I get wrong in the tournament because I had Missouri losing to Texas Tech, but I hope after Texas Tech wins tonight, they go on Saturday and whoop just whoop them to death, beat them, so I still can get every other game right but that one, so I can be number 1 in the world ranked, so I can go online and tell these goober analysts how terrible they are with the job, this, that, and the third. But I'm probably going to lose again because I picked UCLA to lose, and the last time I checked, they were up like 15. I'm so heartbroken. Missouri, I hate you. I'm never picking you again. Drake, I hate you even more. Your music sucks, and your college team's a bunch of goobers, and I hope you know Texas Tech is beating y'all by 45 plus. Also, by the way, Georgia, y'all are a bunch of goobers from going down 27-3. Like you're playing a football game against Alabama. Roll Tide, by the way, because I need them to win. Who else got beat? Clemson, y'all are a bunch of goobers. I mean, we already spoke on that, but seriously, bunch of goobers. I feel ashamed as a Duke fan that they beat us, but old janitor didn't want to clean the wet spot, so Cooper Flagg said, "Oh." I'm disgusted. I'm not checking my bracket anymore. Well, I'll check, but if I get a second game wrong and I know I can't get first place anymore, I'm not checking it anymore. I'm still 11,000 in the world. I'm about to cry. I'm going to sleep. I was going to play a game, but if I get on the game, there might not be a game. It's over. I only had one bracket, too. It was perfect. I was 11 for 11. I got on that website where you can find jobs, and I started looking for an ESPN job because I know I was next up. But no, Missouri wants to be a bunch of goobers. Where's my controller? I love y'all. Good night. Also, by the way, PlayStation for making this camera for the PS5 an HD camera and making the PS4 camera a PlayStation camera. And so now I can't play Family Feud and other PS4 games because there's not a PS5 version with a face cam because the HD camera doesn't work for PS4 games. Even though this Roblox doesn't have a, like, some games, like, they'll say either PS4 or PS5, but, like, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? It says PS4 and PS5, like, both. This one only says PS4, but it works for this. I guess there's a PS5 version, but it doesn't for Family Feud, but whatever. So I can't play Family Feud with face cam unless I get a PS4 camera, which I probably can, which I think I have one, which I don't even know if it'll work. Whatever. Y'all are a bunch of gurus for doing that. Sony, you're just as bad as the NCAA. That's why y'all get hacked like once a year and get. You know what? Let me stop. I'm getting a PC. And if your server shut down again in the year 2025, we're gonna have a problem. And the fact that I need PlayStation Plus to play Uno and Minecraft is even more disgusting. I'm going to sleep.